Well, I want to ask you about drills for dry fire.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it's, at least for me, dry fire just like sounds boring, and you don't want to do it, and you have to carve out time in your day, make sure you're in a safe place, all this stuff. All excuses is silly. But if there were maybe some drills you could suggest for those who maybe feel like that, where it would be a little bit more exciting and also a little bit more applicable to what you might need in real life, that'd be great.
100%. Okay. Just the basics, which obviously, again, in a dry gun, safe place, safe area. Well, like we said, I would take the mag out, and I would take the gun, and I would turn it sideways, and I'd bring it into me, and I would put my finger on the trigger, and I would literally watch my finger pull the trigger, and just look at it, and just felt it. I just hit the table. So I'd pull the trigger and come feel where that wall is, and then I would come past the wall and see exactly where the shot breaks visually with my finger. And I would do that, say, I don't know, maybe 10 times, just to understand how it all works. That I would start with, and then I would just do regular dry fire, working. I can even do like it's called a compressed ready. So basically you're coming from a high ready like this, with your finger on the trigger up to the wall, and then presenting it out. And just as I come to the end, the shot will break. You're learning when does it break as you come straight out, so that right at presentation, it will go off, kind of thing. And I would do that, say, about 10 times or so. Or you could do like 3 sets of 10, something like that. Think of it like working out, 3 sets of 10. Yeah, that sounds good. And then what else can we do? You could do, if you want to do magazine changing, which is really not a huge deal in civilian gunfights, but you still need to know how to be comfortable with it. I'm not, like I said, it's not very common in a gunfight. But regardless, it's still, you need to be able to get your firearm back into the fight. So what I would do is put a chair in front of you, put like a box or something with like a pillow in it, and I would, get my gun up. I would load up my first one, rack in either a snap cap, okay? And then I would pull the trigger, doing my dry fire. And then I would come to a compressed ready. I would drop out the mag into the box. And then on the way, as I'm doing that, my hand is in either my pocket or a mag carrier. And I'm coming in and making the seat, and then racking the next one in if I have to. And then just continuing that. So mag drop, new one in, rack, put it in, mag drop, put it in, mag drop, put, just like that, and just continue, just to learn how to do it. You can also retain the magazine. Instead of dropping it into the box, you could put, one here and one here. I call it the L. One sits like this, one sits like this, so I could change it depending on my position. I could do that. Or I could put them between the 2 fingers. I could have one here, and I could do changing between the fingers. It depends on how you feel comfortable with your hand. And then what else would I do on top of that? Let's see, one more. You could do just a basic malfunction drill, like a tap, rack, reassess, they call it. It used to be called tap, rack, bang, but that's no longer good, because what happens is it becomes a bad muscle memory. Because what happens is they go, oh, I heard a click, tap, rack, bang, but maybe I didn't want to go bang. So that could be a bad habit, right? So now it's tap, rack, reassess. So you're gonna, if the shot goes click, you finger off the trigger, tap the mag to make sure it's installed. That's always the first move, because 80% of the time, that's half the battle. I can tell you, in most of my clients, they do not seat magazines properly. Specifically when they're like fully loaded, sometimes you got to give it like that, just that extra, just to get it to sit right.